remember how we cleaned up that hay pile over there?
Yeah.
We're going to do the same thing over here with this corner of the barn. So this is our spring cleaning that we've got going on. Always a barn cleanup job to do. And we've been slowly using up this wood pile, and it's time for it to go. It's decayed and it stays in the shade and wetness. So I'd said in another video we've been using up this pile for the maple syrup. We've probably got 1 or 2 more boils left. We're into April now. And just, it's time to wrap things up. We had a B grade run of sap the other day. Got that syrup all finished. And it's, you know, I prefer the lighter flavored syrup. The B is a much more robust flavor. It almost smells like black licorice, but once you filter it, it cleaned up a lot. I am amazed at how much better tasting it was after it was filtered, and I definitely like the lighter flavor of syrup. This was some barn wood that didn't get taken, and they're just trees that were cut. The gentleman that rented the farm, I think, put these up as a support in the barn to hold up the hayloft. The broken floor joists have been repaired, so we pulled them out. And then there was a bunch of scrap wood. There's some scrap metal in here. So you can see we've got lots and lots of grapevines growing. I pulled what I could down from the side of the barn. They're little buggers. They like to really attach. So Trey volunteered to help me. We've got 2 size sledgehammers here. And because this doesn't get sun, we've had warm and cold days just back and forth. It's been the craziest start of spring. And we're sledgehammering this out and throwing it into the back of the Dodge so that we can get it around to the sun, because we're supposed to get another 1 to 3 inches of snow today. And as unpleasant as that sounds, it's a lot more unpleasant trying to get this out of here. It's good exercise for us, right, Trey?
Yeah.
He's a good worker. He doesn't say no to work. He's more like, hurry up, when are we going out? When are we going out? So this is what we've got so far. There's actually more wood here than I thought, because the man that came and bought all the barn wood threw a bunch of this stuff on top of where the wood was going off. I've got some broken concrete and brick blocks back here that I didn't know my husband had been collecting. So I have to stop his collections before they get any bigger. And I've got this beautiful elderberry bush growing here. And elderberry bushes, I found like a 2-year start on an elderberry bush is like $60. The birds did this for me. So eventually I thought, we've got the low barn here. I think this used to be an entrance for the cows to go in. I'm not real sure. Like maybe on a ramp. But there's a concrete pad underneath here, what's left of it. And I'm sure when the weather warms up, he's talked about getting the backhoe going, and I've harped on him enough about it. I've looked into fixing it myself. Wouldn't you know it? This is the starter. And I can't even figure out how to get into this area to work. Like, how do you work around this? You can't move it because it won't start. So, that's a job left for him. Anyways, it's getting time to do some patch up. I pulled this door open in the summertime, and then the vines grew up on it. Well, I guess it was more than the summertime. So I'd had a tarp stapled up in there, but got to do siding repair. It might be time for a paint job, and this might be a pig lot. I put some pigs out here. It's nice in the summertime, a nice little area. And if you can turn out any animals from this barn to out to here, it's an ideal situation for having them clean after the combine has gone through too. So always a possibility for that. So that's the cleanup job that we're starting here for our spring cleanup. I'm getting it. This is the pile that was left. My straw room is all emptied out. of straw and hay. It's a super windy day today. Some little bits of cleanup going on what I can. Try to hang up anything that's usable. And taking a load of scrap in to get that out of here. Found this neat old, this is a baby chicken feeder. They call them poultry troughs or feeder troughs. But it's supposed to have a small bar that goes all the way across the top so that they don't like walk in it. They like to perch in it and poop on top of it. So designs have been changed a little bit, but neat little things around here. Got some old pig feeders to get rid of. Didn't get into the baby pigs as much as I'd initially thought we might, but it was a deal to buy the whole pallet full instead of a couple. I found this neat old stove. I'll give you a picture of that. Paper wood burning stove they call them. Yeah. Okay. Betsy and I are out picking daffodils today. Yep, look at this. That's right. Yep. And what are we going to have?
A cafe.
Yes, we're going to have a daffodil cafe for our lunch, huh?
Yep. And I think some daffodil will have to come over.
Yeah?
Yeah, don't have to come over.
That's right. Remember, pick them long so they'll go in the vase. We're going to have a nice lunch when Dad comes home, and Bethany's going to set the table with vases, mason jar vases, filled full of daffodils. It's a good break from our spring cleanup, isn't it? We're out by the creek where we've been relocating things from the yard. This is our low area, and it has been formerly a dumping spot for things. So we keep coming out here to clean up garbage on the creek. And Mom and Trey and Dad found all these flowers for Betsy to pick. Because Betsy picked all of them up by the house. Oh, you have so many. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Good job. There's one more. Should we get it?
Yep.
We're not going to leave any.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually need to come and dig these up. Juliet would like some daffodils at her house.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a nice thing for her?
Yes.
And the next spring she'll have daffodils at her place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, next day.
Good job. Okay. Let's go finish. Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch out for the prickers.
I am.
Okay. Okay. Now, no, save your water, save your water. There's nothing there. Right here, honey. Some more seeds.
Right here?
Yep, right there in your... Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. What are we doing? Can you tell?
Yes, making flowers.
Yes. We're planting some sunflower seeds next to our barn, huh?
Yep.
Hopefully, it'll be really, really pretty. So it's a little early to plant them, but we're actually doing an experiment with bird food. These are black oil sunflower seeds. And we wanted to see if we can just grow some because we're looking into field
Right
sunflowers.
here?
No, right here. Good girl. So Becky and I decided that we would take some of those bird seeds and see if they would grow into sunflowers. I've always seen places where they have a bird feeder.
Thank you. Give me some more.
Make a hole, thank you. Okay.
Some more.
So wherever there's a bird feeder, a lot of times you see flowers growing underneath them. And actually, a couple of years ago, I saw in our backyard Milo growing, and they plant Milo out east, or out west, in
These
place of
flowers?
corn. Right there, right there. No, water. Water there. Okay, but you need water right there.
Now more.
I only have one more seed. We have to get some more.
Yeah. Can you get more food? More food.
Let's bring some. Yeah, okay. Give them all a nice drink of water. Go down the row. So this is where my pigs are kept, and I come over here about every 2 days with the water. We are going to just give them a little spray of water. Bethany's got her little watering can that she got last year for summer from Grandma. And we're going to see if we can grow some of these sunflowers. Yeah, she put anywhere from 4 to 10 in a hole because she's 4. 4-year-olds do that. Yeah. Yeah. It'll be beautiful. Yeah. No, we don't need a shovel. So we're just doing our spring cleaning. I just finished power washing our fuel tanks off. They were absolutely black on top. And it's been bugging me that I've been painting other fuel tanks that have been leaving here, and my own are in such bad shape. And this old Globe tank from Standard Oil is a neat 2-compartment tank, and it holds 2 barrels underneath. So it super needs a coat of paint because otherwise it just starts looking junky. So I talked to the husband and I said, we really don't need 3 fuel tanks, do we? So I think these tall ones are going to go to someplace else on loan. And one less thing here, and then maybe I'll move my tank closer to the shop. Well, everybody, I got it all done. It took me a few days, but it's going to rain tonight and tomorrow, so I wanted to have it finished. The bottom concrete pad had like a foot deep of grapevines. Some of them turned out to be poison ivy, and I got a nice case of poison ivy all over my belly, my arm. Real fun for nursing a baby. It's gone from my arm to my belly from holding him. You can see here, I've got 1 roll of fencing. So I'll put that with the rest of the pile to go into the scrapyard later in the week. Lots of space here, so now he can start working on fixing his barn door there, and there's no excuse to not get to that backhoe. Thanks for watching, everybody, and for joining us for our spring cleanup for 2. Bye.